Welcome back to Vicariously Living. Today's video is about engineering technician. Technically, I've been in this position about a little bit over 6 months. Currently, I'm switching into the environmental side, but I started off as the engineering side. And it's really interesting because it was more like construction work. So that was really fun to like dabble in because it's just a whole nother world that I just don't know anything about. So it was really cool to learn about it, and then my whole world has changed about the whole construction world of building apartments, stores like TJ Maxx, roads, bridges, like a whole bunch of things that I just never thought to get into. But it's really cool. So if you're into any of that type of stuff, engineering technician is going to be like concrete work, masonry work. It could be like testing the ground before something's being built, or like even testing while the ground is in the process of being built, or even after. So I'll just get into the little things that I learned, and obviously it's different for everyone because you might have a different type of technician duties in your engineering job. So I'm just going to tell you the stuff that I have done as an engineering technician if you're interested to start this field. Gotta go back down. Alright, so everyone knows these are cinder blocks. You actually stack them up to build things, and you have to put rebar in it to make sure the strength is strong to hold up what is supposed to be held up for a certain length of time. And you have to check if the rebar is going through the blocks, and sometimes they have a little sheathing thing that also makes it stronger. And with that, then you put grout in it to make sure that it has the strength that goes not only on the outside but strong in the inside. And then I get a sample of this grout to make sure that this building will be standing up strong and for a long time. And then I have to write the results in my book, and then make sure that I write down everything that I noticed during my observations for later reporting. Another thing I had a lot of experience with was coring, and that is to basically grab a sample of asphalt and make sure that it is holding up the amount of load that is going to be taken on day-to-day driving and weight of different cars, just overall strength of the road, parking lot, or surprisingly even bridges. And it's crazy because there's actually a lot of tests that go into it. You want to test the underneath part of the ground, what kind of rocks they use to make the asphalt, and also just getting a sample of the dirt underneath. So there's actually a lot that goes into coring, and it is crazy that you really have to sample every part of construction to know the strength of it. Like, this is being on the bridge. Like, it's crazy to think that we're gonna have to test the soil underneath the bridge to make sure it's holding up everyone that's gonna be passing over the bridge. And obviously this is important because nobody wants to be the person that was driving over a bridge that collapsed. So first off, the nice thing about an engineering technician is it gets you into the path of being an engineer. So if you haven't had like a full engineer degree, or like even if you don't have an engineering background, or if you're not interested in engineering background but you just kind of want to get into this world for whatever other reason, you should be able to get the job. I think the hardest thing to get into is you're not gonna have a schedule week. The middle of the night when people are doing road work on the highways, like your hours are going to be at midnight to like 5 a.m. Like those are the pours that they'll do, or like really sporadic times in the morning or the afternoon. If you're going to do any of the concrete positions, just know your time is on their time. And also you could be driving at a whole bunch of different places. Like I work in the state of Georgia, so I went up to like towards Tennessee, to like Alabama. It just varies. So get into the mindset that you got to be flexible for this position. But it's nice to be in an entry level place, and you can build up. Like maybe you want to get into construction management. This is going to be super important because you're going to meet a whole bunch of people in the construction management world, so then you can start talking to these people. Like, but you also have this experience that you've gained through it. So I think that's super important. So Let me stop talking about all the reasons of like what it is. So anyways, that's just kind of my breakdown, and once again, thanks for tuning back in, and I will have more random videos to come. What are you hiding, Mr. Squirrely? Did you do something wrong? I'm watching you. Does anybody else just stare at squirrels for a really long time? Their digging is so crazy.